Yay! Hello and welcome back to another speed build of mine. Today I start with my kind of challenge that I decided to do because I was interested in seeing how are different nations building their houses or how are they designed. I never looked into this really because I never was interested, but starting to build a little bit more in The Sims, I was kind of thinking about how can you make things more interesting. I'm sorry. For me also, not only for people who watch my videos, but also for me. And I thought about a challenge where I just recreate or build houses that represent different nations. And today we're starting with Norway. So this is a Norwegian house that I found on the internet. So none of these houses are to 100% representing the nation. So please don't come at me in the comments saying, this doesn't look like a Norwegian house. I live in a different house in Norway. I get it. Structure and design is changing over time. I have no idea what time this picture was taken, if it is a typical Norwegian house or something that kind of is more modern, that fits more into our times. So yeah, you saw the picture at the beginning, and I will show you at the end again what I took as my inspiration. I started with kind of doing some forming of the terrain, which was a pain in the... I'm not gonna say it. It was really hard doing that because nothing worked like I wanted it to. You will see me jumping a lot in this video. I mean, I only have 2 videos, but you should be kind of used to it already. I'm jumping a lot because the roof didn't work like I wanted it to. The terrain forming did not work like I wanted it to. Actually, nothing worked. So you can see me playing around with the roof a lot, and I will go back a lot until the roof kind of fits, and it still doesn't. The room upstairs, I have no idea why. Probably I'm just too stupid, and all of you know and will tell me in the comments, but the room upstairs is not counted as a room, as a closed off room. The roof did not make the room darker, so I figured that the roof does not count. So the room was open, and if you would play in that room, it would rain. If you have season, it would rain, and I don't know if The Sims 4 has a moodlet for unfinished houses. I know that The Sims 3 had a moodlet. When there was wallpaper or flooring missing, then they would tell you through their emotions. I don't know if The Sims 4 has something like that, so I'm not sure at the moment. I would have to look that up. I thought that the storm was looked really nice until I noticed that I made a mistake. I made them longer on one side and short on the other, and putting the windows in was also really hard because my stupid being, I don't know why, but I put in like a zigzag kind of thing into the dormer on one side, so the window would switch between 2 walls. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I cut that out, but if not, then you'll see it. I am actually really proud on the landscaping. I'm not a big fan, or I'm not good at landscaping, but looking at the picture and being able to recreate it, that it looks kind of like the picture, I think I did a pretty good job here. Not to praise myself, but I think that was really good. Also with the trees behind the house, because the build was looking kind of bland on the back, because it was just I go in there and change it later on, just that it looks a little bit more interesting. Another thing that will be completely tragic is the window situation. I am going back so often to change the windows. You won't believe it. But I think windows are in the next part. I have to split this up because this video is 13 minutes long already, and it's just like the facade outside and a little bit of the room floor plan, which was also a big pain. Such a big pain. You can't imagine. Because the house looks big. It looks really big. So you would say that there is room for a lot of Sims. No. With building the room upstairs and fixing it so that you could actually use it as a room, there's 3 bedrooms. 3 of them. I have no idea what happened there. What is happening? Nothing is happening. Yeah, it was a break that I did not cut out, and I have no idea if I do that eventually. There, you can see me going up and down, and the room does just not count as a room. The roof does just not count. So I just jumped to when I kept on building it. At one point I was just done, and I just quit and build it further another time. And today I finally ended it. I finished it. Looking back at it, it's pretty funny to see which windows I used in the beginning and what I did change a lot. Oh yeah, I thought an all-around patio would look good, but in the end it was like so narrow that you couldn't even put anything on it. So nope to the patio. There you could have seen it if I did not cut it out, but I did. I tried to change up the windows, but I'm like a big fan of using the same windows on the whole build. I'm trying to evolve here. I'm trying. But it's hard. It's hard when you've done this for like all your Sims time. And here I'm struggling. I'm just struggling. I have no idea how to do the floor plan, because I had a vision. I knew where I would want, where I wanted to have the kitchen, but then I realized that I do not have enough space upstairs for 2 bedrooms, so I knew that I had to kind of put at least 1 bedroom downstairs, but I needed the space for the living room and like an office. And I tried to do an office, but in the end I just scrapped that, and you know, there's a computer in the living room, so it's fine. Yeah, the stairs. This whole build is just such a mess. This whole video. I'll just go back in and change everything actually. Nothing stays the same as the beginning, except for the landscaping. Such a mess. It was such a mess, and I'm so glad that I'm done with this. My next plan is actually, I was playing with my Sims, and I was playing with the university a lot at the moment, and I just dislike the Brightchester dormitory. I just hate it. It looks so disgusting. There's a lot that I would like to change, and maybe that's the next thing that I will gonna do. That I will do. Now that I've done this. And I don't know which nation is the next to come. I actually looked up some Spanish and Italian houses. I think I looked up some Swedish houses. You would think that Norwegian and Swedish houses are not that different, but what I found, Swedish houses often have like a red wallpaper on the outside, which is kind of strange, and at the same time does not want. I'm not wondering why. It's just like we all have some strange buildings or things in our country, haven't we? When I looked up houses for Germany, it was tragic. I know that old houses here looked very bad, but I didn't know that they were this bad. So you can be excited. There's gonna be a old German house speed build. I just don't know when. Here I tried to kind of make the fireplace a little more exciting, and I think it worked. Just putting it up on the split level thing. This was such a good idea to add this. Like, honestly, one of the best ideas EA had in a long time. I actually really like the living room, how it turned out at the end. If you're not seeing it here, you will see it when the screenshots are gonna pull up. But yeah, I used those wooden blocks that I never used that in my builds, but here it just fit. I just changed the color later on, maybe even in a minute. The couches are just the general couches that I almost use every time because they just look good and they fit almost everywhere. Oh, I think one of my favorite decorations is this tray with a water bottle. I have no idea why, but it just adds something so normal to the game. Like, who doesn't know someone who has always a water tray? What's up with me today? A tray with water bottle, or just a water bottle standing around somewhere. Stay hydrated. Here I'm just filling up corners because it was so empty, but at the end it does look really good. I know at this point I was thinking I want to use this shelf. I think it was the shelf from Tiny Living or Eco Life, so I'm not quite sure, but the hanging shelf, the really pretty one, and I was like, I'm gonna use it. Spoiler, I did not use it. This is it for this video. See you in the next one.